Here's what the Twin Cities is buzzing about.
And he styled stars like Anne Hathaway. Later, a celebrity stylist joins us in studio to talk about red carpet-worthy hair and makeup tips. That and more when the Fox 9 Buzz continues on this Friday morning. We'll be right back. Well, next, Hollywood's biggest stars will try to look their best Sunday night. Some will succeed at the Oscars.
But you don't need a celebrity stylist to look good. But we have one with us today. Joining us to talk red carpet hair and makeup is celebrity stylist Jason Backe, who has worked with everyone from Anne Hathaway to Renee Zellweger.
Oh, forget that, though. He was on Real Housewives of D.C., and that's why we love him.
I know these two in the break just... All right, let's talk about hair and makeup trends. What are we going to see, for instance, on Sunday night at the Oscars?
Well, for makeup, we're going to see some really beautiful dewy skin. I think that always looks fresh and young and gorgeous on the red carpets. We're going to see, I think, a lot of nude lips, maybe a little bit of a red tone to the lips, but mostly nude, and some really beautiful, smoky, darker eyes.
Well, Gaga came out with that new MAC shade. Is it kind of...
I'm obsessed with her. Don't be a drag, just be a queen.
Did you like the egg?
I thought the egg was...
Creative.
I was a little disappointed in when it hatched. I was expecting a little bit more, honestly. But you know, I would go into
that. But the
Think
incubation period, you
the
enjoyed.
pointy shoulders, though. The pointy shoulders really did kind of weirded me out.
Well, speaking of people with style, like Gaga, what tips can translate well into everyday folks that are watching?
Sure.
Betty's sitting in Shoreview right now. What can Betty do?
Well, Betty, I think that she can always use celebrity looks as kind of like her muse to bring in a celebrity image to the salon when she's getting her hair colored or styled. There's a lot of really great things out on the market. L'Oreal Professional has this new hair color called INOA that's ammonia-free. That there's a little image of January Jones. Her hair color was done with that. It's really something that you can take home in the salon and look spectacular all of the time.
It's scary, though, when you're talking about hair color because people may not always know, for instance, if their skin color works well with ash tones.
Exactly. Well, I think there's a couple of tips to remember. It's a huge trend right now to be a redhead. Like everyone from Amy Adams and Nicole Kidman all the way to Rihanna, who stole that. I think she mugged Ronald McDonald or something to get that. But I like it. It looks good. So if you want to go red, something to remember is the lighter your eyes and the lighter your skin, the more copper you can have, like Nicole Kidman. If you have darker eyes and darker skin, you should stay away from copper because it starts to look a little cheap.
A little fake, a little sun in.
Yeah.
You're putting the sun in on.
Exactly.
Well, other than hair color, what are the trends that we're going to see in the red carpet? And again, how can that translate into going to our own salon?
We're going to see, for clothes, a lot of bare shoulders, which is going to exaggerate kind of old-style Hollywood waves, maybe some beautiful updos. I think the trick is you don't want to look like you've spent the whole day in the salon. It starts to look a little matronly or a little too prom-like. Exactly. If you're doing something that's kind of chic and effortless looking, Eva Longoria always has beautiful, dimensional brunettes, which are really trendy, and a nice kind of chic up style. Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of that kind of stuff.
It seems that we've also been seeing women with shorter haircuts, women taking a risk with their hair.
Michelle Williams was on the cover of, I think, Marie Claire or something a couple months ago with that short hair. It's really hot to have short hair. If you're bold enough to do it, do it. Make sure you're putting in product that has some really nice shine to it. That'll make it look really sparkly.
Emma Watson, too, from Harry Potter when she cut off all of her hair. But don't your melon has to be the right size,
yeah, the right melon.
I am the melon spokesperson, so I agree. You got to have a good melon.
All kidding aside, you have to have the right hair. You shouldn't be doing, Emma Watson if your melon is a different size.
And that's why it's great to find, I have a great relationship with my celebrity clients, with my regular girls, too. And when you have that relationship, you can really step out of your comfort zone and trust them to give you a look that's going to be amazing for you.
Now, before we go, because and Alex is going to fall asleep during this, but because you were on the Real Housewives of D.C., Alex, just go ahead and take a nap. Just go ahead and take a nap while we... was it even crazier than what we see? I mean, generally, I think the case, there's a lot on the editing room floor. Was it even crazier, especially with the Salahis? Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah, there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened. And it was funny to be able to participate.
You were there. I mean, you were there with the Salahis during a lot of the taping.
Yes.
During the grape stomping episode.
It's what you saw in the show, I would say, magnified by probably 100.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's just fascinating to watch how this stuff was put together.
Did you smell something hinky with them right away?
Oh, yeah, right away. And she came to our salon and didn't pay for services, and with a sense of entitlement and things like that. So whatever. They're interesting people. It made great TV, and
interesting in air quotes.
I'm feeling we'll hear more in the commercial break. All right, well, Jason Backe, thank you so much for giving us
so much
ideas.
for having me.
Red carpet ideas for you.
And for more information, you can go to INOA. Did I pronounce it right?
INOA.
INOA.com or the TedGibsonSalon.com. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Well, cell phones.